Well, it's really good to be back in the media center. It's been a long time since I've been here. This is really neat. You know, coming into this race, we've been working really hard. We didn't run as good as we wanted to at Kansas. Didn't run very good at Charlotte. Really worked on our truck here. It's a brand new truck for this race, and in practice, I thought we were really good, better than we were in the race. And qualifying 6th. That's another big step for us. But in the race, it started out good, then it just really got loose. I mean, everybody seemed to be screaming about loose, and in that second run, we got to the back, started coming up through and made some big adjustments, and got 3 wide with a 19, I think the 35, and when it did, it actually sucked my truck over, and as soon as they touched my right rear, I don't know if the 35 was doing whatever he did, it just turned me up into him. I apologize to those guys. I know what it takes to keep these trucks built, and it's a tough thing. But we were able to rebound. I had a flat tire, got the lucky dog, just everything kind of fell our way. There at the end, we had to pull the tires out because they were rubbing again, and we came in and got gas. And they said we were going to be close, and so we just kind of managed saving fuel the whole run. Never ran out.
We're joined by tonight's second place finisher, Justin Lofton, driver the number 20 NTS Motorsports Chevy. A best TMS finish for you here, second place. Your previous was a 5th in last fall's race. Just your second race of the season, you qualified on the pole. Talk about your run, and then again, there at the end, you see all these people pitting. What's going through your mind there?
Yeah, it's it's definitely an exciting day for me here at Texas Motor Speedway. Coming to one of my favorite racetracks, and when a driver just clicks with a track sometimes, and this is a place that I really enjoy coming to and racing. And we had a great truck in qualifying, obviously qualified on the pole, and just so happened that we followed Crafton. He towed us around to do that, and he said I stole one of his trophies, so he stole one of mine now. But throughout the race, we didn't start out so great. We made adjustments throughout the race, and the truck kind of got better, got worse on some of them. But right at the end, we definitely hit on something. I wish we would have been able to put another set of tires on and maybe give Matt a run for his money, but he was strong all night. And same thing right at our last pit stop. As soon as I left the pit box, I was in fuel conservation mode. We probably got a lot more fuel left in the fuel cell than we think, than the crew thinks they do. But here we are. We finished second. Hats off to all the guys at NTS Motorsports, and for it only being my second time in a truck this year and coming out and running as strong as we did. It sure goes to show what that team's all about.
We'll go ahead and open up for questions.
Zach Albert, NASCAR.com. This is for Joe. How big a shot in the arm is this for your team, especially how John Hunter ran last week on the heels of that?
It's definitely big. You look at what our team is. I think we have 7 guys or 8 guys total on our whole team. We're building everything, and that's a lot of work to do at the shop. We built 7 trucks so far this year, and just trying to get performance better. The people that's really responsible is Sid and Donna Molden from SWM, the Skull and Crossbones guys. They're the ones that wanted to stick with John Hunter and help him this year, and then it turned into, hey, let's do this. You run the big tracks, let him run do a father-son deal, and that it's been really cool. Been able to spend more time with my son and trying to educate him. I know how hard it was for me starting, and if someone new's coming in that doesn't know this stuff, he's a hell of a race car driver. But I've got 30 years of racing experience that I'm trying to pass on to him about all the tendencies, all these tracks. You still got to have a truck that you can drive. That's the bottom line. Doesn't matter how good a race car driver you are, if your truck's not right, you're not going to be in the front. So as a team, we're getting better. We're building our notebook. This is our first year. We've never run trucks. Last time I run them was back in the 90s. It was a long time ago, and they definitely don't drive like these do now. So this is a big shot in the arm, and I can tell my son I have a 3rd place finish now, and he has a 6th. He's been rubbing that in, so it's all good. It's good.
Jerry.
Jerry Fraley from the Dallas Morning News. For either gentleman, were either of you aware that Crafton might have been pushing it on fuel, and if so, were you sort of seeing if he would, peter out before the finish at all?
I can just tell you, if my guys are telling me we're close on fuel, I have the same motors, okay? And I made an extra pit stop, and he didn't, and I know he was a half a track ahead, so he had to be right on the edge.
Yeah, it's I mean, same thing. Once we left the pit stall, it was, start conserving fuel, and I sure wish we were a little bit better off the get-go on that restart, and maybe we could have pushed him a little bit to where it would have ran him out of fuel and been able to drag us around to the finish line. But he said his truck ran out of fuel as soon as he was doing his donut, so I'm pretty sure both our trucks are right there, and hey, we're here. That's what it's all about. The guys did a great job calculating the fuel. The gas man, shoot, he's the one that should get all the glory right now, because he's the one that packed it full of fuel and got us here.
Joey?
Joey Barnes, Tribute Racing. Joe, you've got a lot of experience that you've been able to put on John Hunter. Can you talk about maybe some of the things that you picked up on from him throughout the beginning of the season?
Probably the toughest thing is don't try to go to the track and outrun them. And if you're testing, we're very competitive, both of us. So if we're there, we're going to go as fast as we can make those trucks go. It's happened on a number of occasions in a number of different cars, and he always seems to get me by just a few thousandths, but he still gets bragging rights. It's fun. It's fun being competitive like that. I think the thing with him, I look back, he's 16 years old, he'll be 17 here in another week or so. But when he was 14, he sat on the pole at Milwaukee, the mile. I think it was his third time he got in a super late model race. He passed Kyle Busch on the outside and almost lapped him in 100 laps. You just see things in kids that are coming in seeing how they progress, how they adjust, how they think when they're in race mode. Like last week at Dover, he was a really good race for him. He used his head, he was smart. A couple times he could have gotten in trouble, which he didn't. Regrouped, and 2 laps later passed the guy clean and was gone. Other guys, you saw him making mistakes and got in wrecks. But it's all you just got to make laps. I mean, it takes time to do this. And especially with a team like ours, we're still learning. We can't get the trucks perfect yet. So it's double hard. So to see him run good is, just makes me proud. I've been there. I want to win a race in a truck race this year. It's the only thing I haven't won in. I've won in everything I've ever done and come close back in the 90s in these things. But it's tough. I mean, all these competitors out here, this is really, really tough racing. Really, really tough to pass in this series. Probably by far tougher than anything else I've ever done, just because of the aero package.
Any other questions? Gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.